Welcome back after that short intermission. We are now on to week 4 of the Golf Week Amateur Tour, which our Golf Week Spotlight is brought to you by Golf Week Amateur Tour, where amateurs play like pros. Today, I actually have our tour director, Adam Cahill, with me. Adam, what's up, buddy?
How's it going?
It's going good. And I have our returning guest and then our returning winner, Matt Wilgocki, not Wilgocki. I pronounced it wrong last week. What's up, Matty?
Oh, nothing much, man. What's going on?
No, congrats on another win, man. And they're in A flight playing some great golf over there.
Thanks,
That's
man.
awesome. That's awesome, buddy. Today, I thought I would change things up a little bit since I have our tour director with us. We were just discussing how we're going to do this, but he is going to take the mic and read down our winners from Spa, a beautiful course just north of Albany in Saratoga Springs. Adam, why don't you read down our winners, buddy?
All right, yeah. So we had a good day yesterday. We had 44, 48 were originally signed, but we had a couple withdrawals. But A flight or champ flight, my flight. Sadly, I took another second this week. But Mike Economo, he shot a 75, which was actually pretty impressive because I know at Airways I played with him and he really struggled. I mean, obviously with the rain and the wet conditions, but realistically, after 4 or 5 holes, I'm looking down at the leaderboard for the first time and I see him at 1 under. I'm like, wait, who is this guy? And he just finished strong. I mean, 75 is solid. And then obviously Matt in A flight, he took another repeat win with the 77. So that was pretty solid. I know that at one point he was leading for a while and had a couple of bad swings on a hole, but he stayed strong on that one, so that was good. And then B flight was actually a playoff, and Mike Scott and James Sweat, they ended up tying at 82, and James ended up winning B flight for his first victory on the tour this year. In the playoff second hole. C flight was Ed Vanaka. I think that's how I say it. But he shot an 87. I know that he won a few times last year, but it was his first win this year. So I know he was excited to get back out there. I was talking to him afterwards, so that was good. He just kept doing what he needed to do in C. And then, of course, D flight. This guy... at least an Adam won, at least Saturday.
Yes.
But Adam Miller took it down in D flight this year, this week with an 87. So I know he was thrilled with that, and I actually got to play with him, in the round because as the director, I like to throw a few different players in my group just because I like to play with each and every one of you guys, at least once during the year. So it was a pleasure to watch him. Get the W yesterday.
Yeah, Adam, I have to say, I was checking the scoreboard, and I was also looking at skins, something I do. I think a lot of people check skins more frequently. And I happened to see Adam Miller at the end. This was at the end of the round. Par, birdie, and like the last 4 or 5 holes. And this is a D flight guy. So tell me, you were playing with him. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I mean, Adam, he's a good guy. He helps out a lot with the tour, and I know a lot of guys were happy with him winning yesterday. But I was in the golf cart with him, and he doesn't really look at the scores. And as a director, I'm always looking at the score leaderboard just in case there's any messages. We had a little problem yesterday with the live leaderboard for a little while. That was a national thing, so they fixed it, but. I think it was after 9 holes, Adam was in the cart and he was looking like a little down, frustrated because he wasn't playing as best as he wanted to. And I think he was, I don't remember what he was after 9, but I looked at the scorecard and I'm sitting at 10 and I'm like, dude, you're only 2 back. And he's like, wait, what? So he was, he gets on the 10th hole and he ends up taking a triple on 10. And, I'm just sitting in the cart, and I was like, hey, man, I got a question. I said, are you the type of player that, when is your weakness? What, do you lose focus and just let it get to you? And he's like, yeah. He goes, for 5 or 6 holes, I just keep thinking about it. And I said, well, do me a favor. Just try to concentrate on getting pars for the next 3 holes. And sure enough, he bogeyed 11, but he's just started parring. He would have a great. First off, this guy has to be one of the top 3 drivers of the golf balls in D flight. This guy hits the drive very well, and I give him that. So I just told him, I said, listen, the big thing with C&D flight on the tour and in golf in general is that the higher handicap guys, they forget one thing that's the most important thing in golf is they think about the shot they're on. They don't think about the next shot. And that's the biggest thing I was telling Adam. I said, it doesn't matter, what your tee shot is. Look for the 150-yard marker or try to find a place that you can get a par. Look for the easiest par. He goes, you're not going to get a birdie every hole. We're not professionals. And like you said, I think it was 14 he parred, and then 15 the par 3 he threw a dart in there from like 2 feet. And you could tell he was I grabbed the flag because I finished with a par in that hole. And the other 2 guys were finishing the hole, and it was laughing because I was looking at him as I'm walking with the flag, and you could just tell he was like nervous. It was like this guy was thinking about life, and and I just looked to him and I said, just hit the guy from Happy Gilmore. I said, be the ball, send the ball home.
That's great.
And he just put it right dead center. He gave the fist pump. And, I just told him in the car, I said, great birdie. Like I said, man, just think always the next shot. Don't think about the shot you're on. Doesn't matter if you hit in the woods. It doesn't matter if you chunk one. It doesn't matter because sure enough, 16, I think he took a double. So, he was just fluttered again. And then, so we get to the par 5 and I just said, focus, man, just finish strong because, that's what it is. A lot of times
Adam,
in D flight.
I have to say the advice that I have gotten since I've been doing this podcast, especially, I've talked to a lot of scratch golfers, some plus handicap golfers even. And the advice they give is forget about it, meaning forget about that bad shot. And still, I have a hard time forgetting about it because it just happened to me. And I'm thrilled Adam won. It couldn't have happened to a better guy, but Adam, I gave it to you, brother. I gave it to you. If you're listening, I gave it to you because I had it. I had it, and it just
you had the slow groups.
no, it wasn't. Listen, I always try to put the blame on something else at the end of the round, and I tried blaming it on slow play, and there's no other person to blame but myself and my head game. What happened? Long story short, I told you this prior, but I hit it into the tree line to the left on 9, and we started on 15. So at this point, I had like 6 holes left, and I think I was like 2 up on the leader. I was leading, and I was 2 up, and I had a safe way out, and then I had a window to the green, and being 2 up, I said I'm going to take the safe way out and play for bogey. Lo and behold, I hit the smallest little sapling tree in front of me. Like I couldn't hit if I tried it. I told Matt this. If I tried to do it 1,000 times again, I couldn't do it. I have no idea how it happened. And then it ended up bouncing behind me. So I ended up taking my first triple of the round there. But it wasn't the triple that killed me, Adam. It wasn't the triple. It was I couldn't get that hole out of my head. And if I could have just forgot about it and maybe shot a few more pars, those last few holes, I would have put a little more pressure on Adam, but I did not par any more holes that round. I was bogey, double bogey. I think I even tripled one more, and I finished with a 91, tied for 5th, and out of the money.
Yeah. I mean, one thing I was telling Adam, and I tell a lot of the guys when I play, is that one of my favorite guys on the tour is Dustin Johnson, and I've always liked him since day one. And his mindset is what we as golfers and amateur golf need to just bring into our golf game, is because none of us are on the PGA Tour, so we're not playing for millions. we're playing for, maybe couple of $100 and skins and some prize purse. But I mean, that guy literally, they call him, his mind, like he can shoot a 9 on a hole in the next hole. He can birdie the next 6.
Yeah.
He just forgets about it. And I've really admired that about him. And that's what I tend to do in my own golf game is that,
Yep.
yeah, it sucks. I mean, yesterday, I was actually at one point had a 3-stroke lead against Mike and Champ. I was +1 after probably 13 holes, and the 14th hole, I get up, I hit my second shot just short of the green. I had an easy little fluff lie from the rough, but I decided my lazy ass brought just a putter, thinking I was on the fringe. So instead of walking 50 feet to my golf cart to grab my wedge to chip it close, I'm like, oh, I'm too lazy to walk. So I ended up taking a putter like a weirdo and took a 6 on that hole for no reason.
Yeah.
I just took a 6. And then instead of I was mad. I mean, I walked into the cart and I'm sitting with Adam and I said, wow, I am so stupidly lazy. And he starts laughing. So on the par 3, I get up there, I grab at the time we had a downwind, grabbed an 8-iron and just didn't even, that's it. It was gone. At the golf game, because I was like, all right, whatever, I'm still up 1, let's go. And I just got on there and threw one to about 11 feet, and I just missed my birdie. But Mike just finished strong. He birdied his 17th hole of the day to go +3. So it was just one of those things. I 3-putted the last 2 holes because, again, I just was just smacking them a little bit too hard at the end.
Matt, you sucking all these tips in because Matt is a future. He's going to be going to school. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that, Matt, for teaching pro?
Well, I'm trying, man. So you got to play in your player ability tests, which you got to shoot, no more than 15 over for 3 days. Then obviously a couple classes and whatnot online, but main part is just staying under 15 over par for 3 days. So if I could do that, it's going to be a little game changer for my life. So
nice. Is that playing from the tips? Is that playing like?
Yep.
Okay.
So.
Well, good luck on that. I think you should be able to do that piece of cake the way.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I've seen your stick. And when does that start, Matt?
June 26th.
Okay. What's the first course?
I can't tell. I sent it to you last night.
Yeah, I know. I have it on here, but man, congrats on that. That's awesome. That'll be fun to have a little pro on tour with us, Adam. That's could give us awesome tips, right, buddy? It's always good having somebody watching. He actually messaged me earlier. He was like, "Hey, Ann," he goes, "If you want," he goes, "I could probably take 5 or 6 strokes off your score if you want to go to the range after working with it." I'm like, Matt, anytime anybody that's better than me wants to give me some tips for free lessons, I'm all for it, especially a future club pro. That's awesome, right?
Hopefully, man. That's what I really want to do. I mean, I do flooring now, but who wants to really work? You'd rather do what you love. That's what they say, right? So
100%. So Matt, real quick, I saw Sean Doster was the only one that was really like on your back. You fell apart a couple holes, but then what happened? Did you forget about those bad holes and turn it up a little bit, or what?
So,
then you ran away with it. All of a sudden, I saw you like you were down 1 or 2, I think, like around the turn, and then all of a sudden, I saw you were up by like 6 or 7 strokes. I was like, wow, he's killing it now.
Yeah. So it all started in the morning. I was actually 1 under through 6. And I just started falling apart on those last 3 holes. And I get to 10 and I spray 2 to the left and ended up just picking up for a 7. If I didn't take that 7 on 10, I would have shot easy 74, 73. That's an easy par hole from that location. I just blew it on that. And I think the next hole I step up and I birdie it. I just, like Adam said, you just forget about bad shots. You can't really carry things with you. And checking the leaderboard after that, and I'm like, wow, I really needed that birdie. And, I pretty much played lights out on the back again this week, which is I'm very thankful for that. It didn't fall apart. And, it was
nice.
pretty. It was a fight because I seen him. He was battling with me the whole front nine, and I was like, oh man, I can't let this go. So
Yeah.
You held on, buddy. You held on. It was nice playing around and not being one soaked and two being freezing. Wasn't it, guys?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was nice yesterday.
yeah, it was gorgeous.
It was good.
Such a beautiful day. I didn't really. I was so used to it being chilly, and I mean, I was fine. I was comfortable, but I didn't actually have a polo on underneath. All I had was a t-shirt and then my quarter zip, which is a light quarter zip. So I was like, man, I'm hot in this thing. So I was rolling the sleeves up. I was like, but I couldn't take it off. You know, everyone else was stripping down onto their polos. I definitely wasn't prepared for it to get that warm. I thought it was going to stay in like the low 60s, but it was nice. Beautiful day.
Yeah, gorgeous out there yesterday. Very nice.
Absolutely. Greens were rolling smooth.
Yeah.
Adam, tell us what's going on for our next event next week at Eagle Crest. How many people we have signed up so far? Oh, just as I ask, Adam's lost connection here. It's all good. I know we're playing Eagle Crest. I think he said like there's already like 36. I'm going to remove him from the stage. There he is.
Yeah, sorry. My connection must be in and out. So
yeah, man. What the hell, Adam? No, I'm just kidding. You're good.
I'm back.
Did you hear my question? I should tell us a little bit about our next before we close out our next event, and how many are signed up so far, and what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, first off, I want to say thanks to all those who did play Saturday. This year has actually been amazing because the fact that we're averaging 46 per event. I mean, that's just awesome. Now, one thing I can mention is that for anyone who's listening that is a member, please, please, when you see a date of an event, look at the calendar and know what day it is, whether it's a Saturday or a Sunday. I know that there was a few guys yesterday that thought we were actually playing today, and I called them, and they were just waking up, and I was like, "You coming to the event?" And they're like, "I thought it was Sunday," and I was like, "May 11th is a Saturday." So just if you're going to play, make sure you know what day of the week it is.
It's hard. Sometimes it's hard knowing what day of the week it is, brother.
Yeah, especially like a course like especially a course like Spas. I mean, they're so strict in their guidelines that the 4 that didn't show up, I was asking the owner. I said, "Are we going to be able to get a refund?" He goes, "Absolutely not," because of the fact that we could have filled those spots. So, I mean, I feel bad for those guys, but I've already reached out to them. But yeah, so yeah, just remember. But yeah, next week, next Sunday is Eagle Crest. Really excited for that one. They're always really good to us each and every time we go there. I know you both have played it. I'm assuming
100 times.
It's
yeah.
That place is going to be a lot similar like Spa. I mean, it's kind of open in my opinion. A lot of the holes are pretty open. You can bang driver out for probably 70% of the holes, but those greens are going to be a little different than Spa in my opinion. A lot quicker.
Yeah.
But I absolutely love that course because of the layout. It's just a neat course. But so far we have 46 of 48 signed up for Eagle Crest.
Oh, that's
so we're almost a full field again.
I mean, Adam, last year I'm not going to say this thing is growing, because last year I know you were kind of struggling to fill that 48 up. You were reaching out, trying to ask guests if they wanted to just play just so we could get that 48 fill up. Now it seems like the past 3 or 4 weeks, man, we've been filling them up.
This year when I originally started the golf tour, I mean, my intentions were in my head. When I was talking to Dennis McCormick, the main national director, he's like, I'm thinking I'm going to get like 150 guys. I'm going to be bigger than NYSGA, and he just says, why don't you just start with 50? Mm-hmm. But the first year we had 74, last year we had 83, and we're already at 97 members so far on the year. But it's the participation per the event. I mean, we're getting the 48. When I originally started the year, my maxed our tournaments at 48, and a couple of guys were like, "Oh, should we lower it because of last year?" And I said, "No, I think 48. I think this is what we're going to get this year." And it was awesome. I mean, it's literally every week.
Now
we're getting.
Go ahead.
No, I
was gonna say, what's like can you push it eventually to like 60, or like what's the like if you are filling this up and you're seeing people are like, geez, I can't believe I missed out, and you think you can get what's like the next step to growing the tournaments to more than 48?
Well, I mean, right now we're keeping it at 48, and depending on the course, I mean, that's why a lot of the times I have the registration until a certain date, because, for example, if 5 days prior to the event and we have 48 and we have 7 in a waiting list,
Yep.
I could probably call Eagle Crest and say, hey, can we get 2 more extra times? They would be like, absolutely.
Yes.
And then we can add those in, and but 48 was that number I had to give to the courses when I set up the schedule, so they have an idea of who's coming. But obviously, if you are going to sign up and you're on a wait list, I'll do my best to try to add a few more just to make sure that we can accommodate you all. But ideally, the goal in the next 2 to 3 years, make the schedule. I want to say we got 96 guys coming. We're going to need the entire morning booked for the tour itself. And, that's the ideal goal, is to, book courses just straight up 8 to 12 or, 8 to 11. Boom, us.
Yep. Goals, baby.
Or have
goals.
A shotgun start. That's the ideal thing, because I think the shotgun start is the best.
Shotgun start, but spread them out more than what did you say it was for 8 holes or how many did they have the 12 groups on? Oh, he froze again. I think it was only 8 holes, Matt. I don't know. It was, how many holes was the shotgun? You're back. How many holes was the shotgun start on for us yesterday?
8 holes. We had 2 on 1, 2 on 18, 2 on 17, 2 on 16, then 1 15, 2 14, and 13. That's how SPA does it. But obviously, I'd like to have it at one point 18 groups, 1 per group.
Right, that would be the ideal.
1 per hole.
That's how we do the John Marizia Memorial. You know what I mean? And it always is the nice flow. But and then again, this wasn't it's a shotgun. I always think of shotguns moving along because every shotgun I've ever played is a scramble tournament shotgun. It's just a shotgun start, but you're still playing your own ball. So it took a little longer, but all good there. But yeah, I am really looking forward to next week at Eagle Crest, because I always shoot well over there. It's a little more open, forgiving. The greens are definitely faster. But I'm certainly looking forward to it. Are all of you? I know Adam is obviously playing. Matt, are you playing next week?
Yeah, I'll be there.
Hell yeah! Let's get those wins.
And obviously, the big event is coming up June 1st and 2nd. So if you haven't signed up for that, you definitely want to get in that, because the Norman side. I mean, I know you can't make it, but dude, Norman side is going to be fantastic. I actually drove by it today, actually, because I was in Del Mar, and the course looks great already. But I think we're at like 33 for that so far.
Nice. Yeah, Adam, honestly, this part of me wanted to drive separately to the Cape so I could leave early Friday morning and come home. But do I want to get a divorce over it? Probably not. It's family first, golf second, brother. Family first.
The only way you would avoid that by bringing the hardware home. So
that's true. But hey, listen, guys, I want to wrap things up here. I really appreciate you hopping on. You'll both be regulars. You'll both be coming on more frequently, because I like Adam having you on and telling us what's going on with Tor, and Matt's just going to keep winning in A-Flight, brother.
Hopefully,
I love it.
Man.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's go. All right, guys.
For all them champ flights this year against me, I'm coming for blood this week.
And listen, D-Flight.
No second places.
D-Flighters, man. I gave that to you, Adam. I love you, kid, but I'm coming at you at Eagle Crest. But with that said, I really appreciate everybody tuning in. And make sure you go check out the amateur tour at golfweekamateurtour.net. Is that correct, Adam?
Yeah, amateurgolftour.net. Yep.
Amateurgolftour.net.
Oh, I'll say one thing too, just before we go, is that officially this week our membership is going to be going to $90 for the year. We're going to drop it since we're almost a quarter done through the year. So if you haven't already signed up, it's $90 now for the year. Yeah, and you get that $50 credit still for the pro shop. So it's really $40. Like, what are you waiting for?
Right. And come join and come check the Facebook page out. If you just search New York Upstate Golf Week, you'll find Adam's page. He runs a good Facebook page where we post all the winners and the info on events and the whole 9. But again, thank you for everybody for tuning in to another episode of the Upstate Golf Guys podcast. Mikey's not here, so I'll say it. We're 518 Golf the Cape.
All right. See you guys.